Hey everyone, enjoy the show.
Hey folks, how you doing today? So I am out in Ontario, California at Lee Rock Foundry. I started making antique slot machine parts here in about 1977. I've been continuously making parts here at this foundry for all kinds of things. No matter what it is, they were able to reproduce and sand cast castings. Arlen started in this business in 1947. He moved into this building in 1959 and has been here ever since. So he's getting kind of up there in age, and he is sitting here on about a 4-acre parcel of land, which he has decided to sell, and he is going to be closing this foundry. However, I think we're going to get lucky, and Jesus, which you'll meet in a minute, which is one of the guys who work in there that does the business, is going to move to San Diego. So let's hope that all works out for all of us. Arlen gave us so many years of good foundry work, made parts for everybody all over the country. We hate to see him go. Great guy. Anyway, let me take you inside and show you around. So this being kind of the end of the era, people are coming out here, and Arlen's trying to talk to me. That is Arlen Downs. That's the man behind the action. Once again, been in this since 47. This is kind of the end of the era. This was his parts room, basically for all kinds of antique patterns, for scales, slot machines, tables, almost anything you can think of. Those are all core boxes up there. This is what a working foundry looks like. Once again, this is the pattern room. Let me take you outside here. This is what a working foundry looks like. For those of you who are interested, I'm actually going through all these boxes right now, picking out things that I want to buy from him that are manufactured. This is how it's done here, how parts are made. So let's go back here for a second. All of these parts are manufactured, okay? All of this stuff is manufactured here in this foundry. Okay, I'm gonna take you around. There's Kathy. She ran the place for the last couple of years. A great gal. I'm gonna miss her. These are what you call core boxes, or they're sand boxes. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna show you how this is produced. Now Jesus is over here mocking a set up here. So you see in there is the parts which are gonna be made. Right there. So now he's taking a very specific sand and he's sifting through it, right? And he is going to pack that full of sand. And once he's done that, he is going to take a tamper, okay? You know, a tamper, and he is going to completely pack that sand onto those parts. Okay? This is a really interesting process. This is where you're able to make a part if there's, you know, they're completely out of production. They're from the turn of the century. You have one, but you need 3. This is how you get it done. And it can complete a machine that might be worth $100,000 just for these parts. So now you see he's got it packed. Now he is going to take this. There's the parts, okay? This is old world technology right here. There's not many foundries left, you know, that will make a part for an individual anymore. Most of them are huge foundries which will be used by commercial manufacturers. They actually typically will have molds that they pour, where this is a sand cast process. Back to those core boxes that I showed you earlier, those are made specifically where this is taking and making a part after off of a part. It's really quite artistry. Artistry? Whatever. Resin on there so it won't stick. Holy old school right here, folks. Been doing it for a long time. He's good at his craft. This is kind of like how it's made in America, right here. Kind of a jitterbug. See, it kind of shakes it out. Now take a look here. See, that is the impressions of these parts. That's one side, huh? Yeah. See, that's the first side. There's two sides. Now what he's doing is he's carving in there where the metal, the molten metal, is going to flow into these cavities. Pretty trick, huh? It's just absolutely amazing that you can do this and produce a part, a one-off part. I mean, if you got one, they can make another one. Now, there's a ton of tricks to this trade. Depending on the part, you know, some of them are a lot more difficult than others. These seem to be fairly simple parts. See, now he's punching a hole in it. jitterbug to it to shake it so that he can get the part out without it messing up the sand and mold. There he goes. He's taking the putting magnets on the steel one, so he uses a magnet to pull it out. See, that's not steel, so we have to take it out by hand. Work here, folks. Now these things right here are cores, okay? That's a sand core. And so when he pours the metal in here, it's going to give it a hole, right? So some processes you use cores in order to leave a void, okay? That way you don't have to drill it or machine it. You're real close at this point. Now here comes the other half of it, see? That's the bottom half, this will be the top half of it. Now he's going to pull off the cabinet. Now it's going to lock. Now these holes up top is where he pours the molten metal. And it goes down in there and fills the cavity. Okay, then he lets it cool. He's good at this, bro. Thumbs up to you, thumbs up to you. Now here is where he's got the line lined up. These are all getting ready to be poured. Okay, that one will go on the end. These are all parts that are getting ready. Then he will come over here when he gets his line full, and once again he'll start up this kiln. And this kiln will heat up to make molting aluminum, brass. That's about what they're pouring today. Look at the size of those natural gas pipelines to come into this. It has to molten that steel. This right here is the piece which will go inside of the kiln, and then it gets picked up by that. Then he uses this tool to take it over on top of these and pour the metal in. It's a fabulous process. We're really, you know, I've known Arlen since 1977, 1976, and, you know, this is gone, but Jesus says he is going to open up a foundry once again down in San Diego, and I'll be looking forward to getting some more of his work. Say goodbye to a wonderful foundry. He's been here since 1956. Great place. This foundry has helped out thousands and thousands of people like me making parts, one-off parts for people. Anyway, thank you, Arlen, for all of your years of service, and we're going to miss you.
These are Mantiques. Antique, Mantique. These guys sell Mantiques. This is their store.
We're picking, we're bringing stuff every day, in and out, in and out, in and out. We're shaking and baking.
These are their customers.
Give me the rundown on the GMC.
This lived in a bar in Ghent in Belgium.
Follow Jim and Jeff from 9 to 5 or after hours as they buy, sell, and restore the coolest stuff for the coolest collectors worldwide.